Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, jeepers. I can. I can definitely hear me now. I know what happened. Okay, sound now. Sorry. Oops. What I did was, the reason that I did not have sound is that I had to go out of the studio here from, it says live studio, and I had to leave there to go write something down from a photo that I found for today's prompt. And yeah, that just doesn't work. Just didn't work. Why does my phone just keep scooting? Hang on. I gotta fix the phone. There we go. Just keeps moving backwards. Guess I'll stay over here in the middle. Okay, sorry. Good morning, Lita. Carmen, I think YouTube takes a couple of minutes to get hooked up, but I should be on both, but whatever. Good morning, Judy and Cindy and Lita and Carmen and Linda and Susie and Susan and Leticia and Palma and Lisa and Susan and Dieta, and everybody can hear me, and Hope and Cynthia. All right. Good. We're a little late, sorry, but you know, better late than never, right? Okay, so this is me, Creator of Cuteness, and this is where you can find me at creatorofcuteness.com. That's the website with all the goodness and the cuteness. All the books, all the classes, all the collage elements, all the burnishing sticks, all the watercolors, everything's there. So there. Let's not even talk about these today, shall we? Maybe we'll talk about them at the end. I'm working on my collage clusters though for this retreat, and man, are they cute. Man, oh man. I am not these are our colors for the retreat with some green in there. So we've got green, this goldenrod color, and then the sky blue, not my colors. And the journal that I put together yesterday is so pretty. The colors together are awesome. So actually, I'm happy. You know, because if mama ain't happy, what's today? Today is Pie Day. And I don't mean pie, but I mean pie. And I don't know the first thing about math, so I don't really understand pi, P-I. So naturally, we're going with P-I-E for Pi Day, naturally. So that's the plan. And tomorrow is storm clouds. I do understand storm clouds. That'll be fun to paint. So then we have Journal Play Day, which is coming up the 13th quarter. Like, sign up now because it's coming really fast to April 6th. We are like almost at the end of this month. Like Easter's almost here. Is that crazy? The end of March. Ridiculous. So April 6th, May 4th, and June 1st is the Journal Play Day next round. It's $25 for 3 months, which works out to $8.33 a month. And we make a new journal each month. We do a tutorial where we learn something new each month. And sometimes it's not new, but we do something each month in the way of something fun. And then you get all this artwork here. This is what you're going to get for April. Is this April? Yeah, April. And I did put it up yesterday in Journal Play Day 13th. So if you're part of Journal Play Day, it's there. So you get the butterflies and the borders. Cute, right? You get this in black and white and in color. So if you hate these colors, you can paint your own. You get this one, but only in this color. You get this one, but only in this color. You get these in black and white and in color. These are the journal blocks, so you can use them for a little bit of journaling. And sometimes if you use these, it gets your mind going to do other kinds of journaling. I like to use my journal mostly as an art journal, but it's been really fun to use some of these journal blocks. And then this one. So you get all this artwork. So let's count. That's 1, 2, 3, because you get that in black and white and color. 4, 5, 6, 7, black and white and color. 7 pieces of art. What is that? $8.33 divided by 7. Is there a math person in the group? Hey, Brent, could you go outside and get in my car? I forgot to go get the trivia. I'm so dumb. Okay. Sorry. Sorry for yelling. Anyway, the next one, which is coming up tomorrow, is the Creative Book Club. And I gotta say, I'm really not happy with the fact that I picked this book because it's not a 1 hour lesson, this book. But I think we can deep dive into one of her alphabets. And I did post a little packet of alphabet ideas in the group. So we will have fun no matter what. But the way this works is I choose a book every month. This month it's The Modern Mark Making by Lisa Engelbrecht. And I did have fun looking up her stuff online because before she passed away, there was a lot of good stuff. Palma, thank you. Palma says it's $1.19 for each piece of art in Journal Play Day. That's like cheap, cheap, and cheap. So the way this works is I choose a book. You don't have to go buy it unless you love it and really want it. I review the book with you, and then we do something out of the book. So each month it's a different book. This is Modern Mark Making. Here's all my notes because I did go through the book yesterday. And she does amazing calligraphy. And we may not be doing actual calligraphy, but we're going to have some fun with this book. Like, we're not doing this. Trust me. So, anyhow, there's 4 meetings for $30, and that works out to $7.50 a meeting. Hi, Lynn. Um, it's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, March 15th. And yeah, and then I've already picked our book for April. Do you want me to show you or do you want to be surprised? I mean, not all of you are in the group, so maybe this might get you in the group. I think we're going to do this for April. The Jane Davenport Beautiful Faces. I think it'll be fun because I'll be at the retreat and then we can do some faces at the retreat. Not that I have any idea how to draw a face, but we like to learn together. You know, that's the fun of using the books, is especially a book that I've never worked with. And I've never worked with this. I bought it because it's beautiful. But I think this would be fun at the retreat and then fun for those of you guys that are in book club, right? So that is book club. So the way it works is there will be another session of book club of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August. So there will be one for the following 4 months for $30. So after this, there will be another one. That's how it works. Does that make sense? Good, good. Ani, did you grab that for me or should I go get it? I'll go get it. I'll be right back, you guys. Oh, I'm trying to fix this stupid phone. Oh, there. I fixed the stupid phone. But it's still moving. It just keeps sliding. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if it's this. Hang on. Let's try this. Better. Oh, much better. Okay, so today we're going to glue something in here. And I might paint this, but I want to put a piece of paper on it because it got too wrinkly. Can you see how wrinkly it got? So I have cut a piece of paper um, that's going to go in here. And I have to decide if I'm going to paint around here, but we'll do that later. We're going to move this, but I'm waiting for my husband to get me that trivia piece page. We went to a pub. No, we went to a brewery last night and we played trivia. And it was fun, I guess. Um, I'm not good at team sports. Um, and when you have 6 people on a team, you know, there's always that one person that puts themselves in charge. And it wasn't me. And so, but I did know a lot of the answers. And so the 3 people that were definitely in charge over here, and we were over here, they weren't even listening to us. They just were working together as a group of 3. So it wasn't too much fun. But the beer was good and the pizza was good. And that was nice. Is he coming back ever? I don't know. We'll just move on. So here's what I'm going to do. Oh, he's here. Hang on. Before, what? Was it there? It wasn't there? Oh. Oh, well, never mind. Forget trivia. It's not happening. I was going to show you the trivia that I did pretty good at. But I did have help with my kids. And a lot of these people doing trivia, I know they were on their phones getting answers because some of them were very hard questions. Okay. It was on the dashboard. Oh, well. So we're going to move on to this instead of that. So if I find it later, I'll post it and give you all the answers. So this is what we're doing today. I hate math, but I'm a huge fan of pi. That's our prompt. And I want to do just straight lines. If you can't do straight lines, get a ruler. That's pretty straight. We're just going to do it real basic and simple. But then probably will get more detailed because I want to just do this in black and white with a hint of color. I'm doing it in the Janet Boyd style. Janet, are you here? Janet does all her cards for the 100-day challenge that are black and white with just a tad of color. And she does a lot of them here too with our prompts for the day. But I just love looking at it that way. It's just so pretty. So that's what I'm going to try. Kathy is here and says, man, I've been gone for a while and confused about where you are, Lindsay. You're doing both Facebook and, yeah. Yeah, I can do them both at one time. Janet is here. Hi, Janet. Yes, I love that black and white style. Anyway, he can't find my trivia in my car, but I know if I walked out there, I would find it. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay. I hate math, but I'm a huge fan of pi. And we want to draw the pi symbol. Who can explain what this all is all about without being too um, mathematical? Is there anybody? That's too far down. YouTube has much better unblurry feed. Is this blurry, Carmen? It shouldn't be blurry here anymore. It's not blurry for me at all. Huh. Weird. I'm sorry if this is blurry here. Huh. Really? Deb says, I don't know, but I do like pizza pie. Me too. Okay, Palma says, basically a number equal to circumference divided by circle diameter. Whatever she said. I'm sorry. Sorry, Palma, I love you, but I don't have a clue what that means. Are you teaching that in kindergarten classes? Kindergarten teacher? Because pass for me. Okay, so that's how you do that one. That's how you do the lettering. Now we're going to do like a pie plate here. And a pie. And then I'm not good at drawing pies, so if you guys can do a better pie. Should I do a cherry on the top? Do pies have cherries on the top? Not really. Pi is written out as 314. It goes on, but someone calls March 14th Pi Day because 314. Thank you, Terry. Johanna says it's March 14th, which is 314, which is the first three digits in pi. Okay. And then Carmen says today 720 is the highest under the gear. Oh, she's talking about, talking about the, I gotcha. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. It's clear for me. I wish I could draw this little thing better. It's like Hebrew or Japanese or Chinese. Unless you have practiced drawing this character, it just doesn't look right. So we'll add some flowers or something else in there as we go. But right now we're going to do lettering because it's much more fun. Palma says the diameter of any circle is divided by the circumference, and it's always 3/14, no matter the size of the circle. The kindergarten kids think it's magic. Well, I guess I flunked kindergarten because I don't even understand that. Crazy, right? I don't remember them teaching us that in my kindergarten. Mrs. Freckleton was my kindergarten teacher, and there's no way. She had a hard time getting the graham crackers out of the package for us to have after our snack. It's funny that I remember Mrs. Freckleton, my kindergarten teacher, but I can't tell you who my teacher was for first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, until I got to sixth grade. I don't know who any of those other teachers were. Well, fourth and fifth grade was hard because we moved 2 years in a row, fourth grade and fifth grade. But I remember Mrs. Freckleton, and I remember having cots, and she looked like Aunt Bee. Remember Aunt Bee on the Opie show? And after we took our nap, that we brought our cots out, and then you had to put the cots back. And after we took nap, Mrs. Freckleton got us milk cartons and graham crackers. And that was my last good memory of school. Just kidding. Just kidding, Palma. I had great memories of school after that, but not school, like the learning portion of the school, but I really liked hanging out with the teachers and stuff. That's why my mom worked at the school in high school because I ditched all the time. We had a park across the street from us, and all the hippie kids would go over there and smoke pot. And I would just want to go over there with my guitar and play and hang out with the kids that smoke pot. Because that was way more fun than school. So I skipped school a lot in high school. And then my mom started working in the office because I was forging her name. Yes, it's true. Yes, I was a name forger. Hi, my name's Lindsay, and I was a bad kid. But my mom put a stop to that when she started working in the office. Although there are ways around everything, that's all I'm going to say. Um, but it was called Oak Grove Park, and we used to call it Oak Grove Bar because, and we would go over, they had a frisbee golf course, so we would go play frisbee golf and play guitars and watch all the cute boys playing frisbee golf. And I got very bad grades in high school. Um, but then when I got to college, I got straight A's because I just didn't want to do high school. It was dumb. It was dumb. Um, but yesterday, I said a little thank you to my high school science teacher, Mrs. Moser, because Mrs. Moser quit teaching high school. She was a science teacher, I said that, I think. And her and her husband opened a bakery and started baking bread and then taught bread making to my parents. They took a class from her. And so when I'm baking my bread now, I channel Mrs. Moser because I wasn't a fan of science, but I was a fan of Mrs. Moser's. Susan says, at the end of my junior year, they told my mom I had 140 something forged notes. Susan, we could have been friends. Um, my mom did her best. I mean, really. And I know I've told this story before, but when I was a senior in high school, they just wanted us to graduate. They just wanted us to be able to get out of there and do something with our lives. And so the Spanish teacher, Mr. I can't tell Sanchez, Gordon Sanchez, he started a program at the school called the Option 2 program. And it was we just had to take our core classes just to get out of high school to be able to graduate and get the heck out of there. And then we could do whatever we wanted with the rest of our classes. Find something that you're interested in, he said. And so my friend Carol and I came up with a class schedule for us. And we did embroidery for one class. We did, our physical education was going on hikes every day or every other day. And then we did anatomy of soap operas. So we would go over to my house because it was bigger and we had a pool. And then you could, hang out by the pool for part of your education and do swimming. And we would sit and watch All My Children, General Hospital, Ryan's Hope. Remember Ryan's Hope? Anybody a soap opera fan? Um, and we would embroider. And we got credit for embroidering and analyzing soap operas. I mean, sorry, children of today. Jennifer says, I went to a private Lutheran high school and couldn't ditch because the principal was good friends with my parents. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's draw this in first. Yeah, I have all my embroidery still because my goal was to do an ABC quilt, A through Z of embroideries. And I think I got maybe 12 done because it was much more fun to embroider like work shirts for the boys. Do you know what I mean? Remember work shirts? So I would embroider a Grateful Dead shirt or Led Zeppelin or whatever, and then give it to a boy and go, "Would you be my boyfriend?" And they'd be like, "Heck no, you're just a loser." Because I was pretty much on the outs with all the cool kids. Although my friend Carol was cool. Everybody really liked her. She's still pretty cool. She lives in South Dakota, has horses. That is very crooked pie plate. Very crooked. We did not watch One Life to Live, Donna. Somebody else saying they watched One Life to Live. Terry says, of course Terry is saying this. You have to know my friend Terry. Terry says, I never ditched school. I lived on Donner Summit in Serene Lakes or outer darkness for a teenager, so school was out for me. I even stayed after and rode the late bus up the summit. Oh, I want to live in Serene Lakes. Do you still have a house there? Can I go there? I really want to have a retreat there. I got to look at a doodle of a pie because I got to figure out how to do the top. Oh, well, I guess we'll do it this way. No cherry on the top. But this should have been a little bigger. So we'll make this thicker. And then the base just has lines. And that's about it. Very boring, gotta say. As the World Turns and Guiding Light is what CJ watched. Maureen says I missed her remark above. What was it? It's because I'm drawing, Maureen. Maureen says, I have a sister, 5 years younger than me. When she got to high school, the chemistry teacher asked her if she was related to me. She said yes. And he said if she was anything like me, she should leave right now. I really impressed him. He was really the only teacher that did not like me. Aw, sad. Okay. Denise says, I love school. It got me out of the house, which was a terrible place to be. I'm sorry. That's sadly awful. I'm going back to drawing now. This is why we should have Carmen do StreamYard with me, and she could read all the funny comments. And then I could just sit here and laugh. Okay, add some dots in here. I still really want a cherry on the top, but now that I've drawn the top already in, I don't think a cherry's going to fit real well there. Mm-mm. But we'll do a Lindsay Hill. Maybe we can do just partial cherry. Like it's kind of, I really wanted that cherry on there. Why can't I put a cherry on the top of my pie? I mean, I can. Tina says, all my children, my office partner and I would bring Tiny TV to watch. She was hooked. I always wanted to have a kid named Meg. Remember? No, what was Maggie? What was the lady's name who was the lead in All My Children? Oh, and Dark Shadows. Don't forget about Dark Shadows. Barnabas Collins, that was a great one. I remember being so scared watching Dark Shadows. That was when I lived in Northern California. Dark Shadows. So I was only like 12 or whatever. I was a baby. This symbol is just so ugly. I had to dress it up somehow. I think that's why I like some of these hospital shows that I watch. Um, what's the one I'm watching right now? The Resident, because they kind of remind me of soap operas. And I used to watch Dallas. Do you remember Dallas? My friend Vicky and I would sit on the phone for hours during Dallas, and we would talk through the whole, like talk on the phone during the whole show. So we would watch it together on the telephone. That was fun. We loved Dallas. I didn't like Knots Landing. Did anybody watch Knots Landing? Not a fan. But Dallas was certainly good. Guess I got shaky right in there. I don't know if it's slanted at the bottom or not, but that's what I did. So, who shot JR? Susie asked. I have no idea. Bev says the big one, the Big Valley was on TV when I got home from school, and I loved Nick. Why do I not remember? I remember the Big Valley, Barbara Stanwyck, right? But I don't know who Nick was. I think that's why I'm a TV-aholic to this day, because I used to watch so much TV. Should I leave it simple like this? Janet, what would you do? And where would my color go? I think just the flowers. It's hard not to color, you know? I want to color the background. I want to color the flowers, the hill, the lettering. Yesterday, I made 2 loaves of bread. They're in cold fermentation in my refrigerator. So today I get to bake them. And one is going to a friend who's having a very hard time in her life. So I hope it turns out okay. If it doesn't, she's not getting it. So, Janet, are you here? B says Sue Ellen did not shoot JR. Mary Crosby was the actress, but I can't remember the character. Wait, Susan says when you watch TV, you were not at the park like me. Susan, you're a bad girl. So we were playing trivia last night, and our neighbor down the street, who's 86 years old, was there. And she's really cool. She acts like she's 50, right? Her husband died a few years ago. Weird story. She married his brother. He died like 2 years later. So now what she does is she follows this guy. His name is Pat Walsh. I don't know if anybody knows locally Pat Walsh. He's a radio DJ. I think he's syndicated, but I don't know. And she's like a Pat Walsh groupie. And so she told me that she, in September, is going on a tour of Ireland with the Pat Walsh group. It's a conservative travel group, and I'm not conservative. So I said, well, I would go with you, but you guys don't want me. I'm not conservative. So then I started thinking, wouldn't it be fun if we all traveled together? Remember yesterday we were talking about Joshua Tree and renting that house? I think maybe I need to put together Lindsay's non-conservative travel group. And Susan, and I could be the leaders, and we could. Oh, wait, what did Janet say? Just the pie, since it's all about pie. Thank you, Janet. Janet is the master of the black and the white. Um, and Susan Bain Oliver, you and I could be the leaders, and we could do things that are not conservative. I think that'd be funny. The not conservative travel group. Like we could run through the Vatican or whatever. Do you know what I mean? When my kids were in Italy, oh my gosh, they told us that when they went to this one church in Italy, they told them that they couldn't take any pictures and something else. And when they got home from that field trip, because they were there to go to school, right? Susan says, I'm in for sure. I never follow the rules. My kind of girl. Um, when the kids got back from this tour, my son said, yeah, I almost got arrested in the church. And I'm like, what happened? He said, I took a picture of something I wasn't supposed to take a picture of. And I'm like, right on. Although we don't need any Midnight Express things going on. So if the worst that you did was try to take a picture of something, I'm all for it. I remember when I was in high school, probably, we went to a lot of museums because my parents were into modern art and photography. And so at the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena, um, there was some, what's his name? Claude Olson. There was a statues. Oh, I can't remember the artist's name. Anyway, I went up and touched it, and the guy had a little clicker, and he clicked it, and I'm like, what happened? And my mom said, you can't touch the art. And I'm like, okay, watch me. So the guy pretty much followed me around the whole rest of the day. And I just kept getting close to the art, and he would click the clicker. It was so funny. Well, it was funny to me anyway. Probably not to my mom, who was like, I am never bringing you to a museum again. Now I would be mortified if anybody touched art. Mortified. And that brings me to another thing that happened recently. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think so. I saw a video on, I don't know, one of the news things that I watch online, because I watch a lot of news online. And it was this like PETA group or some group, wherever the Mona Lisa is. They had taken, buckets of blood or what looked like blood and threw it on the Mona Lisa. And then threw it on themselves, and it was like a big fiasco, that kind of thing. But the Mona Lisa is encapsulated in plastic, so they didn't ruin the Mona Lisa, not even close. They just got dirty. So why, pray tell, would you do that? Just to cause a big cleanup at the Mona Lisa? I don't know. I just don't understand that kind of stuff. All it did was get them arrested and make them have to clean up the Mona Lisa. Since this is all black and white, I can just keep doodling until the cows come home. Are they coming home? I think we need a checkerboard border. Anyway, why do people do that? I don't know. But I thought it was disgusting, whoever did it. I have to blow my nose. Tina says, because they got their 15 seconds. I like to break the rules, but not maliciously. I'm sorry. Chris says, I saw that. There was also one where two guys threw, I believe, mustard or yellow paint on a Monet painting. But no, was it really the Monet or did they have it encapsulated in plastic? I hope they didn't ruin the Monet painting because that's just gross. Who's their mother? How were they raised? And where did that get them? Did that help their cause? Probably not. I don't know. People are weird. It's a weird world. I do like to steal things. However, I like to steal paint chips from the hardware store. One of my very favorite things. Um, I don't know if I should tell the other one. I think I've told it before, so I guess I don't really care. What do I really have to hide anymore in my life? Not much. When we go to IKEA, this is gross. I know you're going to think it's gross, but they have the best wax paper, get ready, sanitary napkin bags in the bathroom. And they're awesome. And I have been known to take a couple of those as well. I always take the airbag, the vomit bag on the airplanes. I always take that. What else? When I go to like Starbucks and places, I take the little envelopes that you put the gift cards in. And sometimes I have taken gift cards. What else? Carmen says, I love that. They are great for art. That is very true, Carmen. And what else? There's other stuff I've stolen before. Oh, like bakeries. We went to Yum Yum Donuts the other day, and I had to ask the girl because they were sitting on the counter, but they had donut bags that said Yum Yum. So I guess that wasn't stealing. I just asked, and she gave me a couple, but I wanted 30. I always want 30 because I want them for the retreats and for my classes. Funny. Funny, not funny. Bad girl, Lindsay. Bad. If I could do art with toothpicks, I could steal a lot of toothpicks. I had to get down further. Getting detailed. And the camera was up too far. Eraser, eraser. I don't know what other stories I have right now. I was on a roll for a long time there, but now I got nothing. Palma says, I asked my principal to order more napkin bags because I turned them into houses for the three bears and the gingerbread man for kindergarten projects. That's fabulous. So did you guys see that the Dollar Tree is closing 1,000 locations? And my son's response to that was, well, there goes birthday parties. Because where else can you buy inexpensive supplies for kids' parties? And that's where I get a lot of my stuff for my retreats, is at Dollar Tree. Pretty bummed about that. We always joke that my father-in-law owns a Dollar General, which he does not. He bought a piece of property years ago in the middle of Podunkville, Arizona. I wish I could tell you the name. It's Yarnell, Arizona. And he owns the plot of land that the Dollar Tree is on. No, Dollar General. So he says he owns a Dollar General, and I say all the time, you don't own a Dollar General at all. You own a piece of property that Dollar General is on, and someday when they go out of business, you're going to own a piece of property in Podunkville, Arizona that nobody's going to want. So I figure next thing is Dollar Generals will go out, but the reason that the Dollar Trees are going out is because they can't get enough merchandise for $1 or $1.50 retails. And they said more of their merchandise has to be $7. That's how bad inflation has gotten when the Dollar Tree goes from $1 to $1.25 to $7. Anybody else see a problem there? Okay. What else should we do on this black and white card? Janet's cards are always so pretty. If you don't know Janet Boyd, do you guys know how to search on this page? You can put in Janet Boyd's name and everything that Janet Boyd has come up with in the search bar, you know, where the little magnifying glass is, it'll come up. Or you can search pie and it'll come up. Every week when I need the picture for Sunday Hooray, I type in Sunday Hooray and the picture comes up. So you could search for anything. If you're looking for the butterflies, all you do is go to the search magnifying glass on our Facebook group page, and the butterflies will come up if you type in butterflies. You know? One day we should have a little lesson on how to use Facebook, because there's so many little things that I know you guys ask each other all the time. How do I do this? How do I do this? Well, it is fairly simple. You just have to learn the tricks. Like if you're looking for a specific, you could go through all the photos here and type in the bar that says media. When you go to media, you'll get videos and photos, and you can find all the photos that have ever been posted on this page, as well as all the videos that I've ever done, or anybody's ever done, because you guys post some videos here of your finished journals. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Those are great features. Doesn't have to be just here. You can do it on your own page. Like if you're looking for Christmas pictures, type in Christmas and they'll all come up. Did you know you can do that with your camera as well? You can search for pictures in your camera feed of your phone. I'm following Stacy Julian on Instagram this month. She's doing 100 days of how to organize your photos better on your phone. And I have learned the most amazing stuff from her. Just little tricks. I could fill in this whole background with black and white, but I don't think I will. It is pretty fun though. Janet says to color the pie, so I will color the pie. Man, I love my fountain pen. I'm thinking I need to buy the one that Carmen was telling me about. I forget what it's called, but you can keep it filled on an airplane. Because I don't want to have to take the ink out and then put it back in. I just want to take my fountain pen on the aeroplane. So that I can draw. When I did the ABCs of Creative Lettering book, I wrote that whole thing on an airplane because we flew every Thursday for 6 years. Ridiculous. So all those books back then were written on an airplane. We flew every Thursday to go to the scrapbook expos, and then we would fly home on Sunday because it was a Mormon-based group that put them on. So they didn't have the events on Sundays. So we would fly home on Sunday. So it was a lot of flying every week for many, many, many years. That's why I'm not a big fan of flying anymore. I was like a traveling salesman. But it was fun while it lasted. Okay, what do you think? I guess I should look at comments. Janet Boyd says, just a very shy old lady that loves to doodle and scribble. Pat says, I want a blank chart to dab my watercolors on. I want to be able to see what I have. Download my watercolor chart that's on. Oh no, it already has my color names on it. But if you bought my watercolors, you could download the chart off of my website. But there's got to be somebody that has a downloadable color swatch chart, just with little squares or circles. It'd be fun to have a color swatch chart that was all flowers or leaves or something. Okay, well, I think I've done all the black and white damage I can do. What do you think? Let's color our pie. What is the name again? Stacy Julian. Yes, the lady that organizes. Do you not know Stacy Julian? She's just an amazing human. Okay, Janet, I'm just coloring the pie. And Janet, when she does her stuff, it's a very faint color. It's not like really in your face color. So I'm coloring real lightly with a colored pencil. Because we don't want a lot of color, although I may have to color the flowers. I don't know. Maybe the pie symbol. The pie and the pie. Oh yeah, for sure I'm going to do it. I have an idea now. This needs to be sharpened. Oh, bye, Maureen. She's got to get her dad to an appointment. I get it. This looks like a very nice pie. It would definitely be apple. I love apple pies. What's everybody's favorite pie flavor? I'm not a fan of cherries, but there's a cherry on the top. So I guess this could be a apple cherry pie. I'm coloring this cherry. I can't help myself. And my pie plate is definitely green. I have a Pampered Chef pie plate that I use sometimes. I mean, I don't make much pie, so I don't use it very often, but it's brown and has flowers on it. Yeah, I just want to color the whole thing. I don't know how you can restrain yourself and stop. Deb says pecan, but I'm a southerner. Lisa says any berry will do. Carol says too many pies to decide. Ruth Ann says cherry. Oh, who said blueberry? That's Brent's favorite. Johanna, blueberry. Ellen, apple. Kathy, peach. Okay, Janet wants French silk. I was going to say my other favorite pie would be a chocolate cream or French silk pie. Yesterday after trivia, my husband took me to our favorite little ice cream place that's open late, and we both got well, he got a banana cream pie milkshake, and I got you could make your own twister shake. So I got one with Oreos and I think Oreos and Heath bars. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I only ate a few bites of it, and the rest of it went into the freezer because my favorite is when milkshakes harden up and they become. Do you remember those old malts that you would get from the guy driving the cart down your street? The ice cream man, that's the word I'm looking for. The ice cream man, those old malts. When you put your milkshake in the refrigerator or freezer, the next day it tastes like those old malts. So good. So good. Yeah. Remember, you get the wooden spoon from the ice cream guy, the ice cream man? Do they still have ice cream man? I always thought that would be a great, like the Helms Bakery truck from Southern California. If you lived in Southern California, you know Helms Bakery. But I thought that's what my daughter should do is open a bakery truck again, like the Helms Bakery truck people. That would be yummy. Drive around and have baked goods that you could just flag them down and buy their baked goods. But my husband bought us donuts the other day. We are really fat, you guys. Sorry. We eat a lot of crap food. Bought us donuts the other day and they were $2 a piece. It's just crazy how much stuff costs. All right, I think I'm going to be done after this part, but I really want to paint, I really want to color this hill now that I've colored all of this other stuff. But I'm going to try to withhold the color. Fight the color. Oh, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's really hard. Oh, I do like lemon meringue. Oh, CJ just gave me permission to color the hill. Thanks, Cheryl. But not the flowers and not the lettering, right? Oops, excuse me. Just bonked at that. Key lime, Judy said. Oh, I don't like key lime. Carmen says, my grandma Carmen loved lemon pies and cakes and cookies. I don't know, you guys. Okay, let's bring the book back. Let's do that. Start with that. So here's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking rainbow around here. So let's do that. Oh, look, I cleaned my palette the other day. So nice. We need red. We need orange. We need yellow. We need green. We need blue. Turquoise. Purple. And pink. Okay. Back off for a sec. Let's go to red. Oh, the black seeped through. I need more red in here. Yellow. Green. Not very dark green yet. There we go. Green. Blue. I gotta get it darker blue. There we go. Purple. I do love doing these edges. I think that's kind of a fun thing. Pink. Red. Gee, Lindsay, you know your colors. Orange. Oh, that's just running. Yellow. It's also running. Green. And a little bit of blue into the red to make purple. It's just making red blue. All right, let's dry this and see what we have here. Oh, Jewel says my local art recycling store opens tomorrow after being closed for 5 months. Why were they closed for so long? And Tina says the last pie I ate was at Christmas. We had mini pies that I ordered. Tina, you are the baker. You have to bake your pies. So all I did was bake them and take them. I cut each pie into fourths, so we all had a small piece of pie. Nice. I think this is going to be the answer to why I want more color. How to get more color. Very wet right here. Very wet in here. Tina took that day off, Rebecca says. Oh, yeah. That's the answer right there. That way I get my color. But I do think I need one more thing on this. Just some dots in here. And one more thing, white. I need a little bit of white. And then we will call it a day. What time is it? 9:06. I got work to do. I got to make some posters today for my daughters who are running a marathon, or at least one poster for the two of them for when they come through the finish line. Okay, I'm happy with it now. Let's get the white. These black dots need white right in the very center. Have to go very slowly. I hope I can part with a loaf of bread today to give to my friend. I don't want to be a bread hoarder. It was very confusing to do 2 loaves of bread yesterday because my Franken baby, which is my new starter, it's called Frankenstein's baby because it was part of a bunch of other starters, is so good that I had to bake bread, 2 loaves. Just smelled so good and was so bubbly. Okay, now I'm very happy. Thank you, Janet Boyd, for giving me the freedom to do this. I should go iron this, so maybe I won't take a picture until I iron this. So, okay, that's it. I'll take some pictures and yeah. Janet says, you're the expert. That's why I watch you. Linda says, do you bake your bread in your oven or do you have a bread machine? No, no bread machine. In the oven, Linda, with a Dutch oven. It goes inside the Dutch oven and that's what makes it crispy. Okay, love you too, Janet. It was super fun. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow when we are doing storm clouds. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Bye.